It is kind of hard to resist a bike that makes you feel like you are riding above your skill level, a bike that is so inviting and easy to handle from the moment you throw a leg over the tallish seat that you're off and running before you have even glanced at the fuel gauge. Yes, I had to coast down the mountain to a filling station as my over-exuberance got the best of me. I will admit that I was already committed before I had turned the key, having spent quality time testing the previous KTM 690 Duke. I was a fan, infatuated by the bike's easy ergonomics, lightweight, willing personality, and big thumping motor. KTM has reworked the 690 Duke's engine and added electronics for 2016, so I was eager to check it out. Having clocked my early street miles on a Honda XL 250R dual sport bike, I feel right at home on an upright bike with roomy ergonomics. Though I'm on tiptoes astride the 690 Duke's 33-inch high saddle, the bike weighs just under 350 pounds, has a narrow frame, and wide bars, all working to make it easy to manage. I wouldn't trade away any of the 5.3 inches of travel or of the big single's 105mm of stroke to get my city set on the ground. My immediate target on my first ride was the local Santa Monica Mountains. After less than a minute's ride down the neighborhood street, it was obvious that I was going to twist the throttle and ride with unrestrained enthusiasm. The 690 is eager to please, and revs happily, encouraging you to step things up. It is clear you will have to restrain the urge to blitz around town, or you will quickly get into trouble. Why tempt yourself? Find an appropriate playground and go have a blast. Thanks to a redesigned cylinder head, new piston and conrod, updated crank bearings, and an improved air intake system, KTM has increased the claimed peak horsepower and torque of the LC4 to 73 horses and 55 feet/pounds. More importantly, the motor produces more power everywhere on the power band from about 4,500 RPM on up, while retaining its 690cc displacement. KTM upped the bore by 3mm, reduced the stroke, and found efficiencies in the intake and exhaust systems in order to comply with stricter emissions standards. It is difficult to quantify the power boost without riding models back to back, but what is undeniable is a higher red line. At 9,000 RPM that extends the usable rev range by 750 RPM, and this generous over-rev becomes addictive when powering between close-knit corners. Being a thumper, the 690 pulls all the way from idle to 8,000 RPM before trailing off slightly. Shifting through the 6-speed gearbox is a smooth exercise that requires only a light touch of the foot. The hydraulic clutch is similarly feather-light. My only complaint is that in tight conditions, I found the gap between first and second gear to be too wide. With gobs of torque and plenty of manageable power at the ready, it is an utter blast to whip through my favorite winding roads, enjoying the leverage of the upright seating and wide handlebars. The nearly supermoto ergonomics raise my confidence level exponentially. I push harder and lean farther, all without much effort. This is a chassis and motor combination to excel by. Suspension is aimed at athletic riding, and the 43mm inverted WP forks, non-adjustable, unfortunately, firmly hold the line in fast sweepers and don't X when braking hard. On several favored roads, I pushed to my maximum pace as the 690 took the bumps and imperfections in stride, with the shock compliance balanced nicely with the forks.